it's time.
It is 5:30. We're going to call this meeting to order. May I have the roll call, please? Here.
Here.
Present.
Here.
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 Thank you. Okay, we are ready for the flag salute, and Troy McKinney from the COE is going to lead us in our salute.
All right, Mr. Troy. We know her.
Please stand.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you. Do you have parents with you? No? Recognize your parents?
Have your parents stand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank
for having
you. Ms. McLean, will you read the vision and mission statement, please?
World-class schools for world-class students. The mission statement: the North Little Rock School District and the community will provide for achievement, accountability, acceptance, and the necessary assets in the pursuit of each student's educational success.
Thank you. Okay, we're ready for recognition.
Madam President, members of our Board of Education, always at a regular meeting, the most important thing that we love to showcase are our students. So 5.1 is our student presentation, and this presentation I'll invite both of our high school principals, that would be Ms. Wisnat and Dr. St. Louis, are here to showcase with some students some awesomeness.
Well, thank you all for having us this evening. It's not about us. I'm Dr. St. Louis. I'm Carla Wisnat. We're here to have our students talk about their experiences at the high school and COE. So at this time, our students are going to come up here to
Or either put them behind the table, maybe.
Or yeah, up in here.
Dustin, can you
Y'all
put
can-
some?
y'all come over here, please.
Y'all come on.
Behind the table. Behind the table.
Can you get everybody?
Oh,
Yeah.
ladies.
There you go.
We have more room.
So on the screen this evening, you're going to see 5 of our career academies at North Little Rock High School and the Center of Excellence. As each academy comes on the screen, the students who are in those pathways are just going to come up and share about their experiences. All right, so our first academy is the Academy of Digital, Visual, and Performing Arts.
Okay, hello, my name is Zoe Waits, and I'm a part of the Digital, Visual, and Performing Arts Academy. I'm in the 10th grade, and more specifically, I'm in dance. I would say what captivated me about dance is that for the majority of my life, I've always been a dancer, and I've loved performance. And the one memorable thing I would say was that I always got to do hands-on performances, like the Winter Dance Concert and recently the Frozen musical.
Hey guys, I'm Elise. I'm a current sophomore and I'm part of the technical theater pathway. I loved being able to work on things like Frozen and Hamlet, and I painted and made all the sets, and it was really fun. And I think being able to be hands-on with everything was really good to help me decide what I want to do with my future.
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm a current sophomore, and I'm in the Digital Visual Performing Arts pathway. I'm in the dance pathway. I've always danced since I was really little, so having the opportunity to dance in high school and do something that I love has always been really fun. It lets me get away from the math, science, all the harsh curriculum that has, and lets me be free a little bit. I'm in the dance troupe, so I got to be able to do a little bit more within the dance program, like the dance festival, and so I'm just thankful for these opportunities.
Hello, my name is Crystal Della Torre. I'm part of the DVPA. My pathway is television with Mr. Sella, and what I enjoy most about it is that everything we do is a creative outlet. I've had to think outside of the box, and it opens my eyes to like different careers and opportunities besides like staying in like math or social studies. It opens my eyes, and especially going to Dave Creek Media was really cool. You got to see real life examples of people, and I enjoy the pathway very much.
My name is Kira Dawn, and I'm in the 10th grade. I'm in the TV pathway, and I've been interested in making videos since elementary school, and I've heard really good things about the TV program since my brother was in it a few years ago. Our latest assignment was to make a music video to a song of our choosing. I had a lot of fun directing and composing shots with my friends. It made me really understand the production aspect of TV and all the work that goes into it. I look forward to TV classes in the future and becoming more involved in TV production throughout my high school career. Thank you.
Our next academy is Health Science in the COE. Troy, you want to go first?
Hi, my name is Troy McKinney-Zegula. I'm a current junior at the North Little Rock High School Center of Excellence, and I am in the sports medicine pathway, which is included in the medical professions pathway. I currently attended HOSA competition, which stands for Healthcare Occupation Students of America, and I ran for state officer, which is a huge accomplishment. I didn't make it, but I extremely enjoyed the opportunity that I had. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm a current sophomore. I'm also in the medical professions pathway. I also currently attended HOSA, and I placed third. I really like this pathway because it gives you the opportunity to graduate with your CNA, and I think that's just such a wonderful thing for students.
Hi, my name is Javian Colclaser. I'm a senior at the North Little Rock Center of Excellence, and my pathway is biomedical science. Now, the reason I love it so much is because our teacher, Mr. Hicks, makes sure we understand all the medicine to it, all the biology, all the medical terms. Like, there's never a day I went to his class I didn't learn like 10, 15 different things about the biology in our body and all the diseases and genetic disorders that goes into it. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, we now have students stepping forward who are part of the Academy of Business, Hospitality, and Future Technology.
Hello, my name is Maria Sendejas. I'm in the 10th grade, and the pathway that I am in is in business. What I love about it is that currently we are learning about credits and documents, and I think that that's a really good thing to learn at a young age. A memorable experience that I loved was we went to go to the college, UAPB, and we were learning about agriculture and their service to the state of Arkansas. And I think that was a great opportunity to see how much I can contribute to this cause.
Hi, my name is Natalie Gonzalez-Torres. I'm a 10th grader, and my pathway is hospitality and tourism. What I really liked about this pathway is like they showed me how to use credit cards and like basically banking and stuff like that, and I think that will help me in the future, and I really like the teachers too because they're really helpful, and yeah.
Our last academy at COE is the Academy of Engineering and Technology and Computer Science.
All right, so I think that one thing we kind of all have in common here is we hate those days in school that just drag on and on and on from class to class. And my favorite thing about engineering is just that it breaks that up. It engages a different part of your brain, the right side, the creative side of your brain. And it's really nice to have that joint learning opportunity that's provided by the COE pathways.
Jasper. Jasper, introduce yourself, please.
Oh, by the way, I'm Jasper Brown, sophomore, COE.
Hi, my name is Janie Beasley, and to add on to what Jasper said, I'm a part of the manufacturing pathway, by the way. To add on what he said, manufacturing really helps me with my creative side. I'm more of a math girly. I love STEM. I love things like that. And being part of manufacturing allows me to put those things I love to do every day into things that are very creative. Like last year, I made a jewelry box, which I really needed. I really need that jewelry box. So to be able to make that in that class, it was just so special for me to know I made it myself with my ideas and me making the measurements from every step of the way. Ooh, sorry.
I'm Daniel Hallam. I'm a sophomore in the pre-engineering pathway, and one thing that it's really challenged me is it's challenged me to be more creative-minded. And before I was just one way, and it made me think to solve a problem, there's more than one way to solve it.
Hello, my name is Marlon Herrera. I'm a senior in COE, and I'm in manufacturing as well. One thing that we've been doing there is a lot of hands-on stuff with tools. We make stuff, we create things, like she said, from our imagination. We do our own projects there. We learn how to use programs like Fusion to then be able to create these things. And it's very engaging, and I love it as well.
My name is Tosh Ballard, and I'm in the computer science pathway. And if you are interested in computers, coding, making apps, it's a really good introduction to that entire field, and it's very hands-on, so it will allow you to develop a passion for the field.
All right, and our final academy this evening is the Academy of Health and Human Services.
Hi, hello. My name is Jeremiah Chen, and I'm a sophomore in the pre-med nursing services pathway. I was first interested in this pathway because I knew I wanted a career in the medical industry, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. This industry, or this pathway, allowed me to really expand my knowledge on everything medical based. One of my favorite memories of this pathway so far is going to Baptist Health Hospital. In there, we observed like multiple people doing their jobs, but one that really stuck out to me was the occupational therapist. I was able to observe them just helping people in general and helping people regain their motor abilities. Thank you. Good.
I'm Ray J. Hunter, 10th grader, football player. You're not going to speak about it, but I'm in the nutrition, sciences, and dietetics. And what really made me like this field is that football don't work. I always got a backup plan.
Smart.
Well, good. You know, we're going to fix it. And I love my teachers. And, yeah.
Hello, my name is Bailey Parker. I'm in the 10th grade, and what interested me in the nursing pathway was my community service experiences within the Baptist Health Hospital. By being in this pathway, it allows me to gain a better understanding in the medical field and the steps that I need to take for my future career. A memorable experience from my pathway this year was my recent trip to Baptist Health College. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hayden. I'm a sophomore at North Little Rock, and I'm in the nursing services pathway. I think that the academies and the pathway gives everybody a very good chance at exploring what they want to do after they graduate high school. I think that especially the nursing pathway gives you a bunch of different options on exploring your careers, and my favorite thing about the pathway is probably the LPN program that Baptist Health College is partnering with a bunch of high schools from Central Arkansas. It's going to allow you to go to their college and do this program, and by the time you graduate high school, you're an LPN. And I think that this pathway just gives you very good experiences and very good options on what you want to do in your life.
Hello everyone, my name is Jayla Griffin and I am a part of the Human and Social Services pathway. What interests me in this pathway is my passion for psychological therapy in my near future because I think mental health is a really important subject that everyone should be able to know about. Thank you.
So I do want to just, publicly acknowledge that this is our story at North Little Rock High School and Center of Excellence. It's these students. We're here to provide opportunities for our students. It doesn't matter if they're in high school or COE. As you all can see, the students are learning and doing amazing things on our campus. So, for our younger students, we look forward to you all coming up as we have plenty of opportunities to provide. I'm extremely proud of all of these students. They didn't know all these people were going to be here tonight to speak in front of that. But thank you all so much, and thank you for all the love you show to our students this evening.
Yeah. That might be tough to get a picture, but
Can you get one?
we'll have them come up here. We'll do the best we can.
A couple y'all.
We have some students step back up here. Yep, absolutely. Well, once you get down in front.
There you go, figure it out. Y'all are engineers, figure it out. There you go. I got you. I got you.
Tosh, did your grandma come? She's not here.
Great job.
It's number one at COE.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Paluski.
Y'all can sit down.
Elementary and sixth grade basketball has resumed in the North Little Rock School District. This after a hiatus following the COVID-19 pandemic. The games brought out parents, families, cheerleaders, and community members each week in our middle school gym. First, we would like to recognize the Glenview Chargers on winning the elementary basketball tournament. In a thriller, the Chargers eked out a win over the Ridge Road Wolves 21-20. Glenview Elementary's Ronnie Lewis earned Most Valuable Player trophy as he hit the three-point shot to secure the win for this team. Will the Glenview Chargers and their coach please come to the front? And principal and
Come on down. Come on down.
We'd ask our high school coaches to join us as well.
Mr. Kelly.
Coach Claiborne, Coach Fimple, all of our high school coaches to join.
They get growing some talent for you. Growing talent.
Among our sixth grade teams, the North Little Rock sixth grade gold won the sixth grade basketball tournament. They fought in a competitive matchup with sixth grade black, winning 28-25. Jaquan Moore reigns as the game's most valuable player. Will the sixth grade team please come forward? And we ask the high school coaches to join us again. All high school coaches, please join us as well. Please join us in congratulating our ninth grade girls basketball team for being named Central Arkansas Junior High regular season conference champs with a 24-2 record. Rebecca McCoy serves as the ninth grade girls basketball coach. You all please come. Please join us in congratulating the ninth grade boys basketball team on winning the Central Arkansas Junior High School Conference Championship. They defeated Bryant in the championship game 35-32. And Laurel Bailey serves as the coach for the ninth grade team. So next we're going to recognize our Night of Honors honorees. I can't do both, so I'm going to ask Ms. Krista Barker to come and announce the honorees, and I'll take their pictures.
Good evening to Board President Temple, board members, Dr. Paluski, and the entire North Little Rock community. Let's give a shout out to all of the awesome, passionate, caring, loving, and hardworking teachers and staff of the North Little Rock School District. We are 22 days away from the 2024 Night of Honors. It will take place Friday, April the 19th at the venue at West Wind. As you know, the Night of Honors is our signature event to recognize our building level teachers of the year, our classified employees of the year, and name our district teacher of the year. The buzz is out there. Once again, it's sold out. We have reached capacity. Tonight, our 25 honorees will receive their gift boxes along with their tickets to the big night. We will start with our classified employees of the year. Child Nutrition Employee of the Year, Edith Nicholas. Maintenance, Operations, and Facilities Employee of the Year, Jay Ward. Office and Technical Employee of the Year, Amber Jackson. Paraprofessional Employee of the Year, Jarlin Niblet. Safety and Security Employee of the Year, Sharon Williams. She's not here. Thanks for her applause. Support Services Employee of the Year, Leanne Rhodes. The Dr. Scott A. Tyler Sr. Transportation Employee of the Year, Rosalind Stewart. We will now recognize our building level teachers of the year, starting with our elementary teachers. Amboy Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Mary Claire Welch. Boone Park Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Jessica Ryan Streisner. Crestwood Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Faith White. Glenview Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Elizabeth Jackson. Indian Hills Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Randy Shipman. Lakewood Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Melanie Griffey. Meadow Park Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Gerald Baker. Pikeview Early Childhood Center Teacher of the Year, Lacey Sullivan. Ridge Road Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Germany Box. Seventh Street Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Andrea Cochran. Now we will recognize our middle school teachers. North Little Rock Academy Teacher of the Year, Ashley Ward. North Little Rock Middle School, 7th, 8th grade campus, Teacher of the Year, Akila Barksdale. North Little Rock Middle School, 7th, 8th grade campus, Teacher of the Year, Valerie Tatum. North Little Rock Middle School, 6th grade campus, Teacher of the Year, Kristen McClure. And now our high school teachers. North Little Rock Center of Excellence Teacher of the Year, Jerry Joyner. North Little Rock High School Teacher of the Year, Jonathan Calvin. North Little Rock High School Teacher of the Year, Julia Markham. And representing Stanley Wisnat, the final North Little Rock High School Teacher of the Year, is his wife, Carla Wisnat. Mr. Wisnat served as the East Lab facilitator. He had 26 years of experience as an educator. North Little Rock High School Teacher of the Year, Stanley Wisnat. Please join us in saluting all of our honorees for the 2024 Night of Honors.
Who has the Kleenexes? Yep. I know. Huh.
The first recipient of tonight's Superintendent's Honor Roll is Mr. Herbert Hamilton, who is a CSSO at 7th Street Elementary School. He was nominated by Ms. Harris, who is the Human Service Worker at Glenview Elementary School. Ms. Harris writes the following. To the board, superintendent, and all members of the North Little Rock School District, please accept our nomination of Herbert Hamilton for Superintendent's Honor Roll for the month. Mr. Hamilton serves as the CSSO at 7th Street Elementary School. His charm, big smile, and big heart greet the students and parents every morning with the hello and good morning. He is helpful and willing to fill in and assist where needed at any time. This year, his love for students led him to gather together a group of volunteers and staff members to start a basketball league and cheer squad for elementary students. He created a vision and worked with the district to rebirth the vision into existence. Students from all elementary schools in the district were able to participate and play basketball and cheer on Saturdays at the middle school. The impact it had on each student had an overall positive influence on them as each student looks forward to participating. Student behavior overall has improved as they want to do their best so they can continue to be on the team. Parental involvement has increased tremendously as each Saturday. Parents, relatives, and staff members come out to support their students as well as become involved. Parents are excited and look forward to seeing their students every week. Mr. Hamilton works tirelessly recruiting volunteers to be a part of the program, gathering together supplies, picking up some concession items, and working to make sure things go smoothly. All students want to participate on the teams. It has created an extra buzz on our campus and in our community. The Youth League has increased positive conversation among students and staff. Students feel good about representing our school. The League has also provided another great opportunity for staff and teachers to communicate outside of the norm. We have parents that are impressed with the support of the staff at each of the games in which they are shared on social media. Mr. Hamilton has helped bridge a gap that students were missing, youth sports. We salute Mr. Hamilton for giving these students an opportunity to be a part of physical activity that is positive, and for that we would be elated if you would accept this nomination. And the next recipient of the Superintendent's Honor Roll goes to Corey Patton, who is the Safety Systems Technician in our Safety Services Department. He was nominated by his supervisor, Chief Hayward Finks, the Safety Services Director. Chief Finks writes the following. The North Little Rock School District hosted the 2024 Class 6A State Basketball Conference Tournament February 27th through March 2nd. Mr. Patton was assigned to work the tournament. Coach Corey Patton is the Safety Systems Technician in the Safety Services Department. His duties include monitoring cameras, alarm systems, and maintaining equipment utilized by the Safety Services Department during the tournament. Mr. Patton exceeded expectations while performing his duties. On March 2nd, 2 of the supervisors for the Safety Services Department were unable to attend the tournament. Mr. Patton voluntarily came to work early to assist in preparing for the final day of the tournament. He performed the normal duties of the safety sergeants. Mr. Patton prepared golf carts and made them available for security officers when they arrived at work. He assisted in monitoring all assigned posts and assisted officers with their breaks. Mr. Patton assisted staff, dignitaries, recruiters, and handicapped vehicles with parking. He assisted with clearing the areas between the morning and evening games and after the final tournament game. He also responded to several agitated fans refusing to comply with stadium rules and was able to diffuse these situations. Mr. Patton also served as the liaison between our department and the North Little Rock Police Department and several visiting law enforcement agencies. Mr. Patton should be commended for his assistance during this event. Many of the duties he performed were outside of the scope of his normal responsibilities. Captain Carlos Corbin was highly complimentary of Mr. Patton's assistance and professionalism. This is a testament of his dedication to the North Little Rock School District and the Safety Services Department.
Okay, tonight we will be doing our Great Rising Award, and I wanted to do this one straight from the letter. I am seeking financial assistance for a field trip and project that I'm wanting to put into place for my transition 2 and 3 students. These students have been with me for at least 2 years, learning to navigate what life will look like after high school. I am wanting to take them to Plateau's Closet and Clothes Mentor in Lakewood Village for them to practice building job interview attire. I am choosing this location based on the students' recommendation. These shops have gently used clothes that is less expensive. Students will be allowed to purchase their outfits if they choose after the project is completed. The funds that I am seeking for taking the group out to lunch at CC's Pizza in Lakewood Village. The quote is for 25 people. These students do not get a chance to leave school very often, nor do I have a chance to observe their communication skills in public setting. I would like to be able to see how they interact with others and with each other in order to be able to help them with their communication skills, verbal and nonverbal. I simply want to get them and let them have a good time. The response was, "Good morning, all. As some of you know, I wrote a proposal for funding for a new project I wanted to start. The proposal was a trip to the clothing store and CC's Pizza. I sent it to the Elks Lodge, and they have made a note to say that they will sponsor $3,500 for students to be able to purchase their entire and interview outfits. The Elks Lodge has let me know that we can expand the shopping to include Target, Shoe Carnival, and other department stores, and let our students have a full, great time with lunch. Dr. Paluski, board members, and North Little Rock community, help me salute for the great rising of March 2024, the Elks Lodge, number 1004, where Jackson Bruce is the exalted ruler." He thought he was coming to talk to us about the Elks Lodge.
I was thinking we had one more. Okay. All right. Executive closed session per North Little Rock School District Policy 1.14A. stating that private or closed discussions by the board may occur as part of a regular or special board meeting. Executive sessions may be held only for the purpose of considering employment, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, or resignation of an employee, or to discuss matters of pupil punishment if requested by the parent or legal guardian. No resolution, agreement, or motion considered in the executive session shall be legally binding unless the board reconvenes in public session and presents the item for a vote of the membership. Further, Arkansas Code Title 25, Chapter 19, Section 106.2 states the specific purpose of the executive session shall be announced in public before going in executive session. So will you please join me in executive closed session for discussing employment, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplining, or resignation of an employee. Yeah?
Randy got us.
Board member involvement. Let's start down with Dr. Redis.
Sure. It's been a minute since we've done this, so I have my list. First, I want to say congratulations to Ms. Strassner again, but this is for being awarded the Community Classroom Grant for the Daughters of the American Revolution. Thanks to her grant, all the third graders at Boone Park will have an exciting opportunity to visit the Museum of Discovery.
Nice. Very good.
So I wanted to give her a shout out for that. What did I do? I went to the girls' game against Bryant. I was at the 7th Street Black History Program where Miss Angela spoke. The state tournament honoring the 4th and 5th graders, that was awesome, seeing all the kids with their parents at the game. I volunteered in the hospitality rooms serving, I forgot what we ate, it's been so long ago, but anyway, I volunteered serving. What else did I do? Most of it, I attended the tournament. We went to Crestwood, so shout out to the 5th graders at ambassadors at Crestwood. We had Michael, Colton, Pierce, Becklin, E-Group, and Jasmine. See, it's been a minute. We also went to COE yesterday, and we got to meet all of them, most of them tonight, being honored. But we had a great communication roundtable. They had wonderful answers, questions to us. And who participated was Ben, who's a sophomore, Shamaya, a sophomore, Troy, a junior, Rhea, a sophomore, Tosh, a sophomore, Britton, a sophomore, Daniel, sophomore, Jordan, a junior, Piper, a junior, Journey, a junior, Brianna, a sophomore, Gabriel, a freshman, Marlon, a senior, Paul, junior, Owen, who's a junior, Ben, who's a senior, and Javon, who's a freshman. And I enjoyed myself with all their questions and answers.
Okay, luncheons, Crestwood, COE, soccer games, and basketball games.
We have a lot. So, state tournament, and also, which was awesome. Shout out again to Athletic Director Bylon for all his hard work and everybody that volunteered. Thank you so much. And Black History program at 7th Street was absolutely phenomenal. And I have been up to my ears in different projects. If you're looking for a way to help a student at the middle school gain some more self-esteem and some valuable lessons and information, we have an Amazon wish list that will help Mr. Herman Johnson over at the middle school as far as his barbering program over there. And if you have a bridesmaid dress, gently used formal attire, accessories, shoes, purses, tuxedos that you can no longer fit, suits, or dress pants, dress shirts. We have a prom closet that is now over at the Lehman Library. It's called At the Teen Loft. So you can see Becca Smith over there to donate your gently used or new prom or formal attire for a child that is less fortunate. And so maybe this year we won't have to hear about some students that didn't get to attend prom because of lack of funds. They're going to set up a boutique shopping experience to give everybody a this is important. They're going to set up a boutique shopping experience to for students to sign up online to be able to have their own appointment, and I'm so excited about this. And matter of fact, I picked up some dresses Sunday morning, and we had a dress donated with the tags that was $1,050. That people are just giving us some really good stuff. Matter of fact, I have dresses and shoes in my car now. I'm just so excited about this. I just don't know what to do. I'm busting at the seams. If you would like to see the flyer, it should be on our district's website at some point. I had them to email it over to Dustin Barn, our communications director here at the North Little Rock School District. And also, if you feel that you want to, start preparing for next year for school, guess what? We're going to do backpacks this year again. Last year, my goal was 100 backpacks. I got 125. So I was so proud of myself. But guess what? We're going to up the number. Let's go with 200 this year. I need 200 backpacks. So I know that people out there in the listening public would love to give us some backpacks. Just drop them off. Ask for Ms. Colquitt. She'll be happy to put those up. And then I need some school supplies. I need paper, pencils, pens, all of the things, highlighters, folders, crayons. I need all of it, okay? So I need 200 backpacks. I need school supplies because we have students that we have to divvy up this stuff to the different campuses. I sure appreciate your time, and we want you to make sure that you can help us out in some kind of way because we love the children here at the North Little Rock School District, and we want to make sure that we can help all we can. Thank you so much for your time and attention in this matter. Go, Dorothy Williams. What you got?
Oh, it's my turn now? I'm done. Okay. Thank you. I was, in the month of February, I was honored at Glenview Elementary for my service to youth. And then I attended the fellowship that they had, another Black History program at 7th Street Elementary. And then my involvement was we went to Crestwood. And then on yesterday, we went to the North Rock COE.
Yes.
And it was very nice. And I want to commend the principals and the assistant principals. And the students were par excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
I had a lot to say.
I went to Pikeview Preschool. It was Black History Month. Students and teachers and administrators were dressed, as somebody that they admired, and it was wonderful to see them. And I just admire those teachers in that building working with those 4-year-olds. So I also went to the Black History Month program at Glenview Elementary, and she kind of touched on that, but it was a celebration. The students performed like they were on Broadway, didn't they? Yes, it was like in New York, and there were honorees from the Glenview community, and they all should have been walking down a red carpet because all of them have contributed so much to their community in Glenview and the whole town, the whole city. One of the honorees was our own Dorothy Williams, and I want to tell you, she is a trailblazing, phenomenal Black woman straight out of Glenview. And we're proud of her. And right up there with her was Dr. Jocelyn Elders, who happened to be the Surgeon General for when President Clinton was president. So it was just a wonderful experience, and you looked awesome.
Thank you.
I also enjoyed the lunch at the COE yesterday. I mean, I have a word. It was inspiring. It was inspiring to hear those young people talking about how important the pathway classes have been in their lives. It's incredible. And I'm so happy we're doing the pathways in the high school, the entire high school. I went to a retired teachers meeting this month. We actually met in this room, and we had a presentation from the city, and it was by Sheriff Brazier because Terry Hartwick was out of town. Terry Hartwick, the mayor. And she showed us a video that the city had produced of all that happened in 2023 in North Little Rock. And then she talked about the things that are going to be happening in the city in 2024. like the city's bringing industry in. They're building a new convention center downtown. It's going to have a hotel built next to it. I think she said it's going to be a Hilton or a Marriott or can't remember exactly what she said, the fire station. And they were in talks about annexing more property into the North Little Rock city limits and other projects, and it just felt like the city is so alive. And while she was talking, I was thinking about all that we've been through and the exciting things that we've been talking about doing for the school district. And when you combine those two things, I was just kind of bouncing around with a lot of energy. And so I'm excited about it. I think it's great. It makes me feel awesome about North Little Rock, and everybody that was at that meeting felt the same way. So I just had to share that with y'all.
Thank you.
Oh, Alabama's playing in the Sweet 16 tonight. Roll Tide.
We're trying to hurry, so I'll donate my time and say, Mr. Superintendent, let's have your list.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go very, very quickly. February 20th, our monthly teacher advisor, our teacher advisory. On the 21st, we kicked off the North Little Rock School District's first Aspiring Leadership Program. We have 9 participants that will be the graduating class of 2024. These are folks that aspire into the leadership position of assistant principal or principal. I did on February 22nd the Prayer for State Leaders event next door with Pastor Crowder Jones, our neighbor right here. On February 23rd, and I will introduce him shortly, who is here with us tonight, is Senator Tucker. We met with all of our central area superintendents, and we share an equal passion about early childhood education and improving literacy. So we'll talk more about that. It was mentioned the Glenview Black History Month program, the 7th Street program. I had an awesome opportunity with Miss Hale to do a mock interview with Mr. Passmore. He is a senior at the high school, to prepare him for a scholarship opportunity. That was a lot of fun. The March 2nd, certainly on February 27th, we had the state playoffs. That was awesome. The superintendent's MVP that Dr. Redis mentioned was so much fun. Our superintendent's teacher advisory, we're digging into a culture and climate survey that will be consistent, that we are working on. There will be a Likert scale question, an open response question for each campus. And then behind that, we're going to develop a district culture and climate survey. So I'm proud of our work that we're doing with our teacher advisory group. We mentioned the Crestwood luncheon, same time as my mayor's meeting on March the 6th, the Aspiring Leadership Group. I got to be the first lesson, so I had the first lesson with them, and I talked about a 100-day transition plan, and that was a lot of fun. It was great to get back into teaching and teaching leaders, one of my passionate areas. Our superintendent student advisory on the 14th. I also had the opportunity, something that Miss Person West put together. I got to listen to Miles Adams.
I forgot about that.
And no problem, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Miles Adams is a defensive back, I believe, for the Seattle Seahawks. He came and spoke to our football student athletes, and he had a great message, and it was inspiring to be a part of that. I appreciated that. We had a meeting with North Little Rock School District with the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. We're beginning a partnership with them to support not only our employees in a discount in getting a degree, but also for freshmen that enroll in a program. We're one of the only school districts in Central Arkansas that have signed up this quickly. So the competitive superintendent among my colleagues. On the 15th, Ms. Tackett, as you know, who is the president, I think, of the Teachers Union, I've started a monthly dialogue, a meeting with her, and we're able to exchange ideas or what's happening with our retired teachers. We're looking for partnership projects, and want to recognize her as well as all that we recognize for the tournament. That was a success. We talked about Crestwood Elementary School. This week, the teacher advisory, we met again. Our school safety task force, we met again. We talked about the COE luncheon. And today, 2 things I got to attend is the Greater Little Rock Leadership Academy, I believe that it is. These are leaders from around the Central Arkansas area, and we have an opportunity as superintendents to come so they can ask us questions. So I had a chance to do that today to promote the North Little Rock School District. And finally, General Stubbs, who is in charge of the Army National Guard. I was able to attend today. We had all the juniors in the auditorium, and he spoke about service to your country, service to your community, and the opportunity to serve the National Guard and what that can do to you being an Arkansan. So I do appreciate all of his support.
You've been busy.
Just a couple things.
Just a few things.
Okay.
So,
We have no
yeah, no legislative update?
Nope.
And then,
Hang on. Yes, you're correct. You're right. We have no legislative update, 8.1, so we're on 9.1.
classified, yeah. Classified personnel policy.
That would be Madam President Colquitt.
That is correct. Good evening, board members and Dr. Paluski. I am Rhonda Colquitt, Chair of the CBBC. Thank you for having me this evening.
No, thank you for being here.
Thank you. So posted to the agenda was just our February 13th agenda and minutes. Really no action taken. The focus of our committee, we did request from Mr. Brown, the CFO, what he has in mind as far as classified proposed salary schedule calculations. He did provide us with that information. Not ready to discuss anything at this time. Don't have any proposals at this time. We have not met with Dr. Paluski, so that would be the right thing to do once we're ready before we present it to you. This is just information just to let you know what we've been doing. I am happy to announce that we have talked about, and Mr. Smith has presented to you in prior meetings, it's just our Personnel Policies Committee. That's just the name of the policy. Nonetheless, within the policy which the committee has approved, it states that we will post information to the district website. Some of that information we do have, it's posted now, just our meeting minutes, but just to take that one step further, we're going to just go to the website, which Mr. Riddle does have in front of us right now. You just click on menu, and then you'll scroll down to employees. Second tab there is Classified Personnel Policies Committee. Just talks about our committee, who the committee members are. We did create just a general mailbox. If people, anyone has questions for the committee, that they can email that general mailbox, or they can just individually, they can reach out just to individual members. So anyway, just kind of excited about that. I have noticed some things that we potentially could add, like when the terms expire for the committee members. So with that being said, again, I'd like to thank Mr. Barnes. I don't know if I said that or not, but anyway, we do have 2 more regular meetings, which are in April and in May. So our time has really gone fast for this year. So with that being said, that's all I have. Do you all have any questions?
Thank you.
Did you say that you were posting the minutes on this as
Yes.
well? Where do you see those?
Right there, Mr. Riddle, there's a link at the
Okay.
bottom.
Oh, okay, down at the bottom. Okay, I like
Correct.
that.
All right.
And at the top is the 23, 24, that first folder.
Oh, and you went back and did it?
Well, we're required by the state to post our minutes. But now we are required to have additional information on the site, information about the election, recordings of our meetings. And Mr. Riddle, could you go back one just to, yes, could you click in that folder one more time? Can you just click on that first one? Yeah, that'll work. Unfortunately, there is no recording. Can you just scroll down in that? Go back, Mr. Riddle. Okay, yes. So, agenda minutes and recordings of our meetings.
Oh, great.
are posted.
Oh, okay.
So, yes.
Awesome. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yes, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. I went to the.
Thank you. Madam President Colquitt. And I do believe, Madam President, members of our Board of Education 9.2 Licensed Personnel Policy Committee report. Yes.
You have to get right up on it like this.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Sheila Barksdale, co-chairman of the Licensed Personnel Policy Committee, and I'm here to report to you all our items of our last meeting on March 11th. So our first item was the update on financials for raises. Currently, the legislative session has just begun, and it will end on April 10th. And so we have decided to table that conversation until we have further information. Item number 2 was the comparison of sick leave, personal leave, and vacation for LPPC and CPPC. It was brought to our attention that the CPPC wanted to understand the cost effectiveness and also wanted to discuss how the days will be rewarded, and so we have decided to table that for our next meeting. Item number 3, we discussed the 2025-2026 calendar recommendations. Our last meeting got canceled, unfortunately, and so we have decided to come up with a new date. The CPPC would like to be in that meeting, and so we have discussed 2 potential dates. One is already gone by, and so April 3rd will be the day that we meet to discuss our 2025-26 calendar. Item 4, we talked about the Arkansas School Board model policies, where we made a motion to accept all policies. 3.19, licensed personnel employment. 3.25, licensed personnel grievances. 3.36, licensed personnel renewal and termination. And 3.40, licensed personnel duties and mandated reporters. And item number 5, we discussed stipends. These are non-athletic stipends. We have made comparisons with Bryan School District. And currently we are tabling this conversation so that the members of the committee can individually make analysis on the financials with that, and that coincides with the legislation and fiscal session. And that is all I have to report today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Our next and only information item is 10.1, and this is our Imagination Library Partnership. I would first like to, come on up, Ms. Chris, you're becoming part of this too. One, I would like to welcome Senator Tucker, who's not only our guest, but certainly become colleagues as we've talked about our passion for, and his passion you're going to hear very, very quickly about early childhood education and literacy. Our fabulous early childhood education and school readiness, Ms. Chris, and Mr. Brian Brown, our CFO. And I wasn't sure, Ms. Chris, if we were going to talk about a little bit of North Little Rock data first,
yes,
before
and then I will introduce.
Before I got you,
Senator Tucker.
you got it all covered.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chris, the floor is yours.
Okay. I need the PowerPoint up if I may.
You need the one that you have first?
Yes, sir.
Yep. There's a second one there, I think, Mr. Riddle. Yes, sir. He's doing double duty. That's the one you're looking for?
That's the one, yes. Good evening, Madam President, Dr. Paluski, and members of the board. I won't be before you long. I'm so excited to have Senator Tucker here, and he's going to discuss a great collaborative partnership with the North Little Rock School District and the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and I'm so excited about this partnership. You could go ahead and click. The purpose of this meeting today is to share just some pre-K data updates and to tell you how important in early childhood education and what we're doing in the North Little Rock School District to ensure that our students are kindergarten ready by the time they leave pre-K. Before I get into the data, I would like to just give you some facts and statistics on why early childhood education is so important. Nationally, according to the NAEP assessment that's given to 4th and 8th graders in the United States. You can see that 66% of our 4th graders are not reading at a proficient grade level. That's not just in North Little Rock, that is in the United States. And also, 1 in 4 children in America grow up without learning how to read. And if students don't learn how to read or they're not proficient by 3rd grade, they are 4 times more likely to drop out of school. And that reading proficiency by the end of 3rd grade is so important and is critical to a student's future academic success. And also, we now have the LEARNS Act that has been, it's law now that we have to have our kids reading by proficient by 3rd grade. But I know the statistics are grim, but that last bullet just sums it up. 90% of children with reading difficulties, they will achieve grade level in reading if they receive help by 1st grade. So again, early childhood education is so important. And Senator Tucker is going to go into a lot more statistics with you all tonight. And the next slide. And some of the benefits of early childhood education, and we all know this. I am so grateful to be a part of a district that you all have truly invested in early childhood education. And thank you, Dr. Paluski and members of the board. But we know that if they get those early literacy and math skills, they're going to be better prepared for school. That's a no-brainer there. And early childhood education, again, even those early literacy skills and those social skills, it helps prepare children for kindergarten and again the future grades that they will be going into. And early childhood education helps students develop that oral language skills, which increases vocabulary and comprehension. I always tell teachers that there's a method to the madness, that it starts in the early grades, and if we continue with our kids talking in that oral language, that vocabulary, that communication leads into better writing and better reading comprehension. So if we just keep doing that systematic and explicit instruction starting in those early grades, then our students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, pre-K is what I consider again as prevention, and then we won't have to focus so much on intervention once we go to 3rd and 5th grade, if we just get our students learning in our early grades. And the lasting effects of early childhood education, as you can see, if students who attend a quality, I'm going to say quality early childhood education, you can see that the ones who did not attend, they have a higher percentage of being labeled as going into special education and repeating a grade. But if you attend early childhood program, you can see that we have a higher percentage of students who graduate high school. This is what I'm really excited about if you look at our pre-K growth data. And again, I'm trying to change the whole mindset around pre-K, that it's just not about play. Play is very important, but where actually students are learning. They have standards, just like the regular kids in K-12. So if you look at this data, this is based off of phonological awareness and phonemic awareness skills. I won't go into all the numbers. You could just take a look at it. But phonological awareness and phonemic awareness skills, those are the skills that are the greatest predictor that predicts if a student is going to have success in reading, if they're going to be proficient. And you can see the beginning of the year compared to the middle of the year, our students are growing in every single skill. So I just applaud all of our pre-K teachers. They are teaching Better Beginnings. I did not say that before when I talk about a quality education program. Better Beginnings with the Department of Human Services. I don't think it has been in the North Little Rock School District, but they have given us 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. 4 and 5 stars, that's when they assess schools to determine what quality of a program a school has. And 7th Street got 4 stars. Boone Park got 5 stars. The other schools are 3 stars, which is still great. 7th Street and Boone Park were awarded a $5,000 grant because of the assessment that they received on Eckert's assessment. So great, and they can spend it any way they want to spend it, except, it has to be educationally spent on funds. So again, if you all have any questions you want to ask me, feel free to do so. That's my contact information there. And again, I want to introduce Senator Clark Tucker. I'm smiling because I'm so excited. I actually told Little Rock School District, now North Little Rock School District has officially signed on with the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chris. It's been really exciting to work with Dr. Pruski and Ms. Chris and the whole staff here at the North Little Rock School District to get this district in partnership with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. I have a long PowerPoint. I'm going to really kind of stick to the high points. There's going to be more there. If you have a question at any point, please stop me and we can stay on slide and talk more about it. But I'm really going to try to stick to the high points. But yeah, I really just want to start by saying thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to appear before you all tonight. I wanted to note, with all due respect to the superintendent, as we close up Women's History Month, to be in front of a school board that's all female, that is so impressive and exciting. I love that. So when it comes to early childhood education, I know y'all are all true believers, and so I'm preaching to the choir, but there's no silver bullet. There's no silver bullet.
Do you want him to use that one?
You want him
Mr.
to
Andy?
use that mic there?
Yes.
Okay. But talk to us now, tell us what we're doing.
Can y'all hear me now? Good.
It's okay, we're good.
Thank you.
There's no public policy silver bullet, but early childhood education comes the closest in my judgment because it gives us more of everything that we want to see in society and less of everything that we don't want to see. So when I became familiar with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I went off the diving board, did a front flip and a cannonball into the Kool-Aid. So I hope y'all will join me there tonight.
We're about pros at Kool-Aid and drinking it here, so
So I'm just going to start just quickly with early childhood, with brain development. You can see how much brain development takes place in the first year of life for a child, and then how much in the first 5 years. And there's really 3 measurements of that: sensory pathways, language, and higher cognitive function. This is nationwide. This is not North Little Rock School District, but 85% of a person's intellect, personality, and social skills are developed by their 5th birthday, and 95% of our public investment in education occurs after the 5th birthday. So we really need to do more as a society to invest in early childhood education. It has such a huge impact, as you all know, and as these statistics bear out. Poverty is a huge part of this problem, and we have a bunch of slides on this that I will scan through. Back in 1963, we had 23% childhood poverty rate in the United States, and that's when President Johnson declared a war on poverty. And it went down and really immediately when that was declared, but then it's drifted back up. So we really need to do more to combat this, as a state and as a country. Y'all know the impacts that poverty can have on young kids, and we have a lot here. Half of children from low-income communities start first grade up to 2 years behind their peers. Specifically in Arkansas, 24% of kids in Arkansas live below the federal poverty level, and that's 49% for 200% of the federal poverty level. Children are particularly vulnerable, even more so than adults, to the effects of poverty, and those include health challenges, crime, and intergenerational poverty. Children who live in poverty also, by and large, don't achieve as highly on state performance tests in literacy or math. So what does this mean exactly? And I know we've thrown a lot of numbers at you, and I'm racing through it to an extent, but these few statistics really stand out to me. Children in middle and high-income homes have, on average, 13 books per child in the home. Children living in poverty have, on average, 1 book per 300 children. And that typically is not going to be a book for the child. It most likely will be a Bible, which is wonderful, but that's typically not something someone under the age of 5 can pick up and read.
or process.
Right. Because of this, children from lower income homes have limited access to books, and that's a major reason why they tend to lag behind in reading achievement throughout the school years in third grade and fourth grade, as Ms. Chris was talking about, and beyond. There's a lot of words on this slide, but there's some very important information on here. As far back as 1985, the National Commission on Reading found that the single most significant factor influencing a child's early educational success is an introduction to books and being read to at home prior to beginning school. The next bullet, in 1998, the only behavior measure that correlates significantly with reading scores is the number of books in the home. All the way through into the 2000s, I'll skip to the bottom bullet, creating a steady stream of new age-appropriate books has been shown to nearly triple interest in reading among young kids within months. By the age of 2, children who are read to regularly display greater language comprehension, larger vocabularies, and higher cognitive skills than their peers. Children growing up in homes with at least 20 books get, on average, 3 years more schooling than children from bookless homes. Okay, now we get to the Imagination Library. What is this program, and how does it work? It's the world's preeminent book gifting program to kids. It delivers books to children in 5 countries: United States, UK, Canada, Australia, and Ireland. Worldwide, the program has delivered more than 200 million books to kids since 1995. Now, Dolly, this is not on a slide, but I gotta say this part because I think it's powerful and I love it. But Dolly started this program in her hometown of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, to honor her father, who was illiterate but who she thought was brilliant, and he had not learned to read as a child. And she said that when it says to honor your father and your mother, it means more than simply to obey them. And she started this program to honor her father, and I think that's quite profound. So what this program does is it mails 1 age-appropriate book per month to kids who register from their birth through their 5th birthday. The cost is $2.10 per book. That includes the production and the mail, because the Dollywood Foundation has negotiated rates with Penguin Press and with the United States Postal Service to have those reduced rates. The total retail cost, if you register at birth, you have 60 books per child, and if you have twins, they each get their own. So if you register at birth, you have 60 books by your 5th birthday that belong to you, and that's at a total cost of $130. And the total retail cost of all those books is well over $1,000. And as I mentioned, each book is age appropriate to that particular month of development, except for the first one, which is Dolly's pick, which is The Little Engine That Could. And that's the first book that you get, whether you register at birth, on your 2nd birthday, or whenever. In Arkansas, the program was first introduced in 2004. It grew over the years. We formed a statewide entity, Arkansas Imagination Library, in 2017, and by 2020, books were distributed in all 75 counties. Structurally, the way the program works is we all work with the Dollywood Foundation, but there has to be a nonprofit affiliate at the county level at every county that works with the program. And in larger counties, like Pulaski County, frequently what happens is a 501c3 is incorporated, and that's what we did here. So we have the Pulaski County Imagination Library. I started that organization. I'm the chair of the board, and so that's the capacity I'm here in tonight. And we have relationships, partnerships with all 4 traditional public school districts in Pulaski County, and that's what we're here to talk about. The books, as I mentioned, are age appropriate. You can see, early on it's big, bright, colorful, and then it goes on with more books that get more advanced so that they're age appropriate. In Pulaski County, we have served nearly 27,000 children. Over 13,000 of those have graduated, meaning they turned 5. We're currently serving 11,500 students, and we expect to deliver 150,000 books in Pulaski County this year. All books free of charge to those who receive them. So we're really excited about the progress that we've made. You can see we started in early 2018, so we've made a lot of progress. This is a map of Pulaski County, and it shows a breakdown by zip code of the darker, the higher the percentage of enrollment of the kids in those zip codes. So you can see every zip code in the county, and I'm sure you all will pay special attention to the zip codes that the North Little Rock School District serves, of course. But we have a healthy enrollment in those zip codes here in North Little Rock, and which is wonderful. And we think that's going to go up with this partnership that we're entering into with the work of Ms. Chris and others, which we can talk about. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and talk about that. Now, the partnership is really in two ways. One is we want every family that lives within the geographic zone of the North Little Rock School District to enroll. And every family in that school district gets a letter about enrolling in pre-K or enrolling in kindergarten or whatever the case might be. And a lot of times they'll have younger siblings who are 1, 2, or however old. Now with the partnership with the North Little Rock School District, there's going to be a notice that goes out with the pre-K notice to say, hey, your family needs to make sure that you're enrolled in the Pulaski County Imagination Library, or just in the Imagination Library period. And so we expect those enrollment numbers to go up. The second aspect of the partnership is financial. The role of the county affiliate, in this case the Pulaski County Imagination Library, we really have two jobs. One is to get kids enrolled, and the other is to raise the money for the kids to get the books. And so that's our partnership is on both fronts with all 4 school districts in Pulaski County. The way that we have structured our MOUs with the school districts is to take, and it's the same terms for all 4 districts, is to take the average kindergarten enrollment over a 5-year period, because that's a stable number. It won't fluctuate a lot from year to year, and then multiply that by 2 to cover 2 years worth of books for kids that are likely to enroll in the school district. For North Little Rock, that's 612 kids. That's the average kindergarten enrollment over the last 5 years, and that number comes up to just under $32,000. And so this is really the last slide, but it's a very important one. You can feel and you should feel very good about making this investment, but it is more than just a feel-good program. It is a real investment for the future of the North Little Rock School District. These are Arkansas-specific data, and you can see that Dolly Parton Imagination Library, the DPIL, the acronym, participants score higher on all sections of standardized tests, 24% less likely to repeat kindergarten, 28% less likely to repeat 3rd grade, and 18% more likely to score proficient or above proficient in reading and language arts. So that's the impact that the program can have for really a very minimal investment from a dollar standpoint. I think every dollar that we invest in early childhood education is well spent, but the bang for the buck on the Imagination Library is really unlike anything that I have ever personally seen. So again, I know I rushed through that at parts and kept it on the high points, but I'd be thrilled to answer any questions that y'all have. And again, I'm really just grateful to be here with y'all tonight.
Okay. Dr. Redis?
One is a clarity question. I looked at the MOU, and it said the 32,000 rounded it off for the first 2 years, but the agreement is for 5 years. So is it after the first 2, we just would do the first 2 years as far as the payment?
So that 2 years is that 32,000 is based on that number of 612 students, which is the average kindergarten enrollment over a 5-year period. And the way the MOU is set up is that we would revisit that number every year based on the kindergarten enrollment. And so, as I said, because it's a 5-year average, hopefully it'll go up, but I don't expect it to be a huge jump or a huge drop one way or the other. And if it went up, I think it would just be a little, but the goal is to keep it progressing with the size of the district, so that the money that the district invests correlates with the benefit that the district is getting.
So that leads into the second question then. So if it goes above 612, it would be the $26 for everyone above 612.
That's right, times whatever
Gotcha.
that number is.
Gotcha.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ms. Wonkum?
How do we address the address changes? So here in North Little Rock, our poverty level is pretty high. We recognize that, we realize that, we do everything that we can to combat that. But we also have children who move around. And then, of course, you know about the tornado that hit us last year. We lost a lot of families there because their homes were destroyed. So how do we follow our child with the address, with an address change? Does that make sense?
Of course, yeah. So, I mean, this is an issue that the Imagination Library deals with nationwide.
Yeah.
There's no perfect answer. A huge part of it, which you might not guess, but it has actually borne out to really be true with the data, is that the kids love the books so much that if and when they move, you remember what it was like to get anything you got in the mail when you were a little kid.
With your
And
name on
so,
it.
with your name on it, and they,
Highlight magazine.
Yeah, yeah. And they found that some kids learn their actual names from the address label they get on their Imagination Library books. We call my daughter Pookie, so she might learn her real name was Marion Frances Tucker when that book came in the mail. So, but anyway, so they really look forward to getting the book every month. It's like Christmas morning when that book comes in the mail, and so they stay after the adults in their life, whether it's their parents or big brothers, sisters, grandparents, or whatever, to read to them. But if and when they move, a lot of times they say, where's my book? Where's my book? So that's actually a big piece of it. I think one way that the school district could be directly engaged on that is we have, you can register online, and that information should be available in a newsletter or whatever the case might be. But there's also physical registration sites, and you could have a registration site at every school, especially obviously the elementary schools. And that way, if a family has moved and they're like, oh, we're not getting our books, I need to grab one of these forms and register with my updated address. That would be kind of a hands-on way that the district could engage on that issue.
Who's going to say no to books?
On a statewide basis, I'll also just mention we have so the term is affiliate, like the Imagination Library is an affiliate, and we have an affiliate for every child in Arkansas who's in foster care, and DHS has to know where they are.
Yes.
And so if there's a student and a child in foster care, that gets updated automatically as soon as their address gets updated with DHS. So there is. Obviously
There's ways.
That's not everybody, but those are probably the kids who need it most.
Ms. Person West.
I don't necessarily have any questions. I was wondering, as far as with students moving, how is that handled? But I guess does a parent need to go on to the website to make that registration, or they need to, so as the parents register their child, and if they move, say, somewhere in between that time frame, then they need to go up to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library website, update their address. Now, in the event that they say they miss a month, do they get that month retroactive as far as the book that they miss, or how does that work?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because the books all get mailed out at essentially on the same day for that month, and so they would miss that month, unfortunately. But it would be on the parents or the family or whoever to get on the website and update the address. Yes, ma'am.
I'm all for the books as far as with children, and I think it's an excellent program. Fortunately, I had a teacher mom, so we read a lot, and I had the bookcase full of different books. So I enjoy books, and I still love reading now. So, great program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Senator, I would like to refer my question to Ms. Chris, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Since he's presenting this, and you're so excited, I want to get excited about it. Would you tell me why this program would benefit our pre-K children in the Norfolk School District?
Yes, ma'am. I will be happy to do that. One thing Senator Tucker did talk about is getting books into homes and that are age appropriate. And that's one thing, if you look on the data, that print awareness piece of it, kids need to be able to hold a book in their hand. So many times our kids, when they go home, they're stuck on an iPad or they're stuck in front of a television. But now if they have books at home that they could read, my granddaughter, until she got 5, she would run to the mailbox and she would get a book. A lot of our kids in our homes, especially in schools like 7th Street, Boone Park, as he referenced to, they don't have books in their house. So when parents try to go to the library and pick up books for their kids, they're
thinking they're doing a great job, but they're actually getting books that are above their level. And, but these books are kid friendly, and they could ask, lend itself to comprehension, where the parents could ask kids comprehension questions. And again, the more we read to our kids, the more kids have books in their hand, the better. And I will keep saying prevention for early childhood, and then we don't have to worry about intervention in 3rd through 5th grade. But that print awareness is so important. The kid may not be able to read the book, but if I know what the title is, if I know that I read from left to right, I could turn pages, and then actually building that capacity with our parents. Our parents don't have that capacity. I think that's a piece that we're missing. That's why I am collaborating with Crystal Barker, and she is, or have already met with the executive director. And we're doing a big kickoff with that piece, and just encouraging the parents. The more you read to the kids, the better it is for their comprehension, and you're, sowing into your child's educational life.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Being a, being a retired elementary librarian and loving Dolly Parton too, I am totally into this. This is an awesome program, and I'm excited that we are looking at this partnership.
Thank you.
Well, I'm with everybody else. I brought my child home. Everything I read out loud. If I was reading a recipe, I read it out loud. And I know reading to kids make a difference. But I never thought about the part about a book in hand. But I just know verbalizing and reading to them makes all the difference in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
Senator,
yes, ma'am.
I know you're chair of this board. What motivated you to get into this program?
Well, I want to make. I've been given a lot of blessings in my life, and my goal is to make sure that everybody has the same opportunities that I've had. And a lot of times, and that starts at birth. And I just want to make sure that every kid in Pulaski County has, from the time that they're born, has a possibility at a good education for their brain and their social and emotional development to take place, so that they've had the same kinds of opportunities that I've had in my life.
Thank you.
The only thing I want to add, just to start, Ms. Chris, thank you for your leadership. And we know that it's our teachers every day that you're working with that are making those gains, but that wouldn't happen without your leadership and your consistent. The day I sat with you the other day at 7th Street, and we were having this conversation about the parent not being, and not knowing that. And I first just want to recognize you. Wow, do we have a great hire in you, Miss Chris. And I think it's our work, your work, the work you're doing with our teachers and our leaders is making a significant difference. Senator Tucker, I can't thank you enough. I just apologize we didn't get this rolling sooner, but we're here. And I appreciate your advocacy, your leadership, and early childhood education and partnering with us. And although I haven't said anything to Mr. Brown, but Mr. Brown, thank you for finding the funding to make sure that we can do this for our community and our children. And like Ms. Chris said, the more the impact that this has, kids going into 3rd grade, our goal is to get every kid to read by the end of, and compute by the end of grade 2. This is a huge boost to get to that goal. And we had a whole team, and I do want to thank Mr. Brown for the finance side of this. So we'll wrap it up with that. Mr. Brown, do you want to say anything other than he was excited? He wanted to know if he could get a book.
I was here to answer the money questions,
Oh.
but while sitting here and listening to the presentations, there are multiple opportunities and ways for the district to partner and promote, children in our community being enrolled. Another opportunity is our mobile summer book library, the
Yes.
library book bus
Yes.
that we have. So
Yes. We've
as
seen
that rolls out, we could have enrollment forms or instructions.
It's a great idea.
That
Promote
rolls
it.
out into our community, and
It's a great idea.
that's our direct interaction with our community. So that's another option.
Great idea.
And we have placed it on our early childhood website. Mr. Barnes has done that for me. And we've also, because we're in registration, is attached to every registration packet. So the parents will have the application right off, and if they need assistance in filling it out, someone is there to assist also.
Awesome.
Madam Chair, I just had a question that we had about the obligated book as of April 1st, 2024. Is this calculated, it's a 284,000?
That's how many we've delivered in Pulaski County.
And the cost, 210?
$2.10 per book.
210. And how will this, Mr. Brown, be appropriated, this $595,000?
It's not gonna be that.
That's not our portion. Our portion will only be $31,850 annually for the first 2 years. They'll revisit their average kindergarten enrollment calculation after the first 2 years. But the North Little Rock investment will be $31,850 per year.
Okay.
And we'll build that into our Title I budget as a budget line item.
Because in reading the whole packet out, did see that sort of would determine by your enrollment that you would have in your school each year.
Yes.
To determine the factor.
Yes, so they've done their first enrollment calculation of the 600 two students. Those are our annual, that's our 5-year kindergarten ADM enrollment. So that will drive the funding for the first 2 years. And then after the first 2 years, they'll redo their 5-year average. If that goes up 10 students or drops 5 students, they'll adjust that, and then we'll adjust our budget line item for that.
Thank you for the clarity.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Something that came to my mind. You were talking about the idea of maybe having a registration registration for changing of address and all that. Would they also be able to possibly register the 1 and 2 year olds that are not there?
Yeah, like the siblings.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, the registration site, it doesn't have there's no restrictions on it. If you're eligible, if you're under 5 years old, you can be registered at a location whether you're there or not.
So that would be a good thing if we're, while we're updating addresses and all that, they can go on the site and also register the siblings.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Did Baptist Health partner with you guys? Didn't every time a child is
Yes.
born? That's what. Okay, yeah.
Yes, so we.
Afterthought. Sorry.
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
it's
all
great. So from a statewide perspective, we want to partner with every birthing hospital in Arkansas, and that's how we're going to try to get kids registered when they're born. And Baptist has really been the first hospital, and they, so every kid that's born in Baptist, it's a registration site at the labor and delivery desk in Baptist Hospital, which is wonderful. And then the Baptist Hospital Foundation helps pay for the first year of books for the babies that are born in that hospital. We're in conversations with the other major hospital systems in Little Rock to do the same thing. So, but Baptist has been a great leader on that. Yeah.
Just sorry, afterthought.
That was great. Yeah.
And I had one too. Do we have anything in place to kind of see what our investment gives us in 5 years? Like,
We talked about that, and we have a data tracker on every, the form that we were given, the flyer. There's a code at the bottom that's related just to North Little Rock School District. So we will track that information. And in addition to tracking that, I am meeting with my COPA specialist, Donna Ripper, and she is going to look at all the kids at East School. And we're going to start just tracking that data all the way till they get to 3rd grade to see the increase. So we have a lot of work to do, but we're just going to look at the trends with the data.
all right,
Yes.
great, thank you.
That won't be perfect because, for example, if a baby registers when they're born at Baptist Hospital, they won't have that North Little Rock code. Or someone might register at North Little Rock code and then they might move to another part of the state or whatever. But it will give you an idea. Yeah.
It'll give us a baseline.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Awesome.
Well, Ms.
So-
Chris,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
I thank you, Ms.
I'm
Williams.
thoroughly impressed by your presentation. And thank you, Senator, for having an interest in education.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
And
thank you.
Mr. Brown, for handling the money.
I was going to say since I'm here tonight and I noticed Mr. Steele wasn't, I could put another hat on, and if you don't have any legislative.
Yeah, what's our legislative update?
we need a legislative update.
Senator, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Chris, and
Thank you all.
thank you, Mr. Brown. Great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Thank you.
Yeah, he's not, Mr. Brown's not going far.
Mr. Brown's not going far. That was your cue.
Yep, here we go. So,
Thank you, Senator Tucker.
Thank you, Senator. So into action items and new business, the first action item is 11.1, the employment of personnel. The superintendent recommends the employment of personnel as discussed in executive closed session.
Madam President?
Yes.
I so move that we accept the employment of personnel.
Second.
Moved and properly second. Any discussions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Madam President, members of our Board of Education, the next action item is 11.2, the FY23 financial audit. The superintendent recommends the approval of the FY23 financial audit that was presented at the last workshop meeting.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I so move that we accept item number 11.2 for the FY23 financial audit presented at the last regular board meeting.
Second.
Moved and properly second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried.
Madam President, members of our Board of Education, the next action item is 11.3, the Capital Improvement Project Action Item Number 1 Proposal, FY26 Budget and Millage Resolution. At this time, I would like my colleague, Mr. Brown, our CFO, and our awesome and fabulous financial advisor that's Mr. Beardsley.
Who works some magic.
Yes, and I know that they're, before I make that recommendation to approve the capital improvement budget, I will turn it over to these gentlemen because they have some updated information based upon our last discussion about projects, capital improvement projects. So, Mr. Brown, I'm going to turn it over to you and Mr. Beardsley. Mr. Beardsley, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, members of the board. What Mr. Riddle has pulled up there on the screen is an updated projected budget for construction funds and projects. And we have made some adjustments there. But just walking through that, I wanted to point out that the line item that is highlighted in yellow, as I just put in your weekly board information, did have a conversation with Mr. Beardsley. We talked about our Old Main project, that being line item in there at 13 million, our desire of having an additional 17 million available, and he was able to go back to his awesome computer in his mind. He was able to come up with our 17 million. So that line item of 13 million. So in the expenditures list there, if you'll notice, line item E3, expenditures E3, that's a $30 million line that we have now for Old Main. What that means is, with at our last meeting, we had talked about 4 mills generating enough funding for all 4 priorities that we had listed there. But Old Main was listed at 13 million. What that allows is Old Main to be a $30 million line item, and that puts us in a good position to accept partnership funding for Old Main if the state, number 1, says that it's an approvable project, and number 2, we are lucky enough to be ordered in a way that the funds trickle down to us. So there would be additional funding available to us in addition to the 30 that would make that funding available just for the Old Main project. So it funds the North Little Rock Middle School project at 68 million. It funds an indoor sports and activity center at 18 million, Old Main at 30, and also the demos of other properties that we had in there. So I'll let Mr. Beardsley talk about that $70 million line, the 4 mil tax, additional millage tax there, if he doesn't mind. And
before we do that, would you just remind the board on this structure, what happens if the state does not award you partnership funding for the Old Main project, or they say it's an acceptable project, but you're below the line and they don't provide funding.
Right. So what would happen there is that we would have the $30 million investment that we could choose to make in Old Main, up to $30 million. So we would have the option of doing what we could for the $30 million, which is a lot better for us. Old Main's a large campus. It's an older structure. So a $30 million line item is much better than a $13 million line item, which may not go far in an old structure if we're going it alone. So if they approve the partnership funding and we are funded, that would be additional funds that would flow into the revenue section and would flow out through the expenditure section. So and we've used according to Mr. Tessman's estimate, he thinks around $10 million. So that could be a $10 million increase in revenue, and that would equate to an additional $10 million in expenditures. Again, if it's not funded, if they say it's appropriate and it's not funded, then we have the option to take the $30 million and decide on a renovation package that would fit our needs.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So essentially, just let's clear that up. So essentially, because we don't want to repeat the past where we did not get partnership funding until after. This puts us in the best scenario that we're going to do something with Old Main. Now, if we get some additional partnership money, great, but it does allow us up to 30, if the millage passed, $30 million to invest in Old
Yes,
Main.
it allows us to make a significant investment in the Old Main campus with or without partnership funding.
That's probably a better way to say it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, that relatable phrase.
Yes.
We don't want an asterisk at the bottom of the sheet.
That's what I was trying to clarify. There's no
Yes.
asterisk.
Yes.
Okay.
It's great or fantastic, but it's in there. So you may be wondering, why are we able to borrow more money than some of the discussions we've had? And so really there were two factors there. One is that when Mr. Brown calculated the four mills, he used something that I gave him that's kind of my generic starting point, where that I just use it if you say, what does 1 mill generate, what is 2 mills? But then when I get to have further conversations with a client and say, okay, exactly what do you need, when are we going to borrow the money, it usually generates more money when it's fine-tuned than that general estimate. And so we started with the 4 mills that he had talked to the board about, and then went in and looked at the existing debt that you have in place. So I want to take you back to 2020 when the board was having a discussion about, do we want to go to the voters and ask them to extend our millage so that we can refinance the high school and the 2013 debt and extend it out further. And at that point, we were during COVID. You had all your plastic shields between each other, and like, we are not going to the voters. And so we just did a refunding. We were able to lower the interest rate, and that's part of the money Mr. Brown has been putting into the savings account each year that's up on the screen. So when I gave him those preliminary estimates, and when I've been talking to the board about a millage increase, all the mills that I've been talking about were creating a level bond issue. And so now that I could see really what we're trying to achieve here, and that it's really important to not have an asterisk next to Old Main, what I did is I took the existing bond issue and I made level payments next to it for 20 years. But then the last 10 years after the old debt's paid away, I wrapped the debt around it and let the debt payment go up. And so it is mathematically not the most efficient structure, because it's what I would say is back-end loaded, meaning that the payments on the new bond issue are higher in the last 10 years. But the total debt for the school district actually drops in year 20 when it just doesn't drop as much. So in order to take the asterisks off Old Main, we're giving up a future opportunity if we were to go back and extend out the original 2013 bond issues. So it's a little bit of an opportunity cost, but not, I've looked at it several different ways, and it was about a $2 million total interest rate variance to be able to get all the money today versus holding that opportunity for the future. And since we don't know what you're going to do in 2029, 2030, or 2031, it seemed like a good structure to go ahead and back end load it just a little bit so that you could net out the full amount now and tell the voters, we're going to do $30 million on Old Main. If we get money from the state, we're going to do more. And so that's how we were able to get the 4 mills to generate everything that you need, is we are back end loading the new issue a little bit.
Okay. I want to dumb it down.
All right.
Please do. I have a mortgage now, $2,000 a month, and I want to get another mortgage for $1,000 or whatever. But by the time I'm paying back my $1,000, I've paid off my $2,000 mortgage.
So let's say that your original mortgage on your house pays off in the year 2040.
Okay.
And you're looking at a second lien because you want to put in a swimming pool or whatever you're going to do. And it's going to be $1,000, and they'll loan you money through 2050, 10 years after your existing mortgage. Initially, they would probably just show you $1,000 a month. So your total payment's $3,000 a month. What we're doing instead is saying in year 2040, when your original mortgage pays off, the payment, $1,000, is going to go up to $1,500.
Okay.
So your total debt payment drops from $3,000 to $1,500, but it could have dropped to $1,000.
Yes.
So we're just back in loading it a little bit when the existing mortgage pays off.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
now that made perfect sense.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to get it in the right verbiage.
That's well. That's why I wanted to. I thought that's what you were saying, but I wanted to make sure.
Sure.
It was.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know how much it was back ending, and so I mean that way it's not that much.
Actually, I would like for you to repeat that because there's this big noise going on back over here, and it was kind of hard for me to hear at the end of your.
Let's say that you were going to pay off your home in 20 years from now in 2044, and you decide to do a home improvement, and you do a 30-year loan. And so that 30-year loan is now going to go to 2054. Your home will pay off the original mortgage in 2044, and you'll be left with that second lien mortgage for 10 years. And if it was $1,000 in her example, we're going to increase it to $1,500 in year 21 through 30. So your total debt payment has been your $2,000 house payment, your $1,000 mortgage, so it's $3,000. When your mortgage pays off, instead of the payment dropping to $1,000, it's only going to drop to $1,500 because we've made the last 10 years of your new loan have a higher payment than the first 20 years. And that's why it's back end loaded, because the end of the payments are higher than the first 20 years.
Okay, thank you.
That well said. So what do we do now, Mr. Brown?
So there are two motions, 2 agenda items that we need to address tonight. So if it is the board's desire to move forward with requesting, setting the stage for that 4 mil request to the voters at the November 5th, the first item you would need to do is to approve the tax levy for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2025.
Got it.
There is a detailed motion
Yeah.
there.
Got it.
That would be the motion to do
Got it.
this. That's the first step, is to approve the budget for 2025. And then on the next item, there's a motion. That's the actual motion to get your request to the voters, the action started on that. There's a resolution as well.
Madam Chair, I move that we adopt the resolution with the attached proposed budget of expenditures with tax levy for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2025 to and including June 30th, 2026 as printed.
Second.
All right. It's been motion and second. Do we have any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Let's get this
Ma-
done.
Ma-
North Little Rock.
Madam Chair,
Hang on before you go there. So
Okay.
so that's 11.4 now is the capital improvement project. Action item 2, application for a permit of issuing bonds to employ First Security Beardsley as our financial agent. And so there's a second motion, and I guess
Yes.
once
And
you get
that's-
to
I was on
discussion,
the-
you
I
can
was
have
on the
discussion.
wrong motion, so that, yeah. Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that we submit an application for a permit to issue bonds with related documents for $71,630,000 in construction bonds to the State Department of Education and to employ First Security Beardsley as physical agent.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Is there any discussions on this item? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Aye. No, that's not us. Just want it for the record. It's an aye.
Wake up, Natalie.
Very good. Well, thank you very much. You know, this starts kind of the legal process and the paperwork process. So there'll be, you know, a notice in the paper that will give voters in North Little Rock School District an idea of what's coming on the November ballot, and will allow you to begin to talk about strategy and how to communicate that message out between now and November. So excited about what's to come. Thank you for the opportunity to work on a great project.
Madam
Thank you,
Chair,
Ms.
can-
Beardsley.
I was about to say, thank you for all your hard work and for
Yes,
finding a
Mr.
way
Beardsley.
to cover all of our hopes.
Brian kept my feet to the fire, so I came up with the right answer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Beardsley.
very
Thank
much.
you, Mr. Beardsley.
And Mr. Brown.
Thank you so
We're gonna
much.
do signatures later.
Yes, I'll do them as soon as they adjourn.
All right, very good.
Motion on that?
Meeting time.
Okay. Disposition of minutes. I need a motion.
Wait a minute.
Madam President,
Oh, that's 11.6.
I so move that we accept the disposition of regular meeting minutes from February the 15th
Second.
and March the 7th.
Second.
Okay, moved and properly second that we accept the disposition of regular meeting minutes and the special meeting minutes from February 15th and March 7th. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Madam President,
Yes.
I so move that we accept the bank reconciliation, 12.1. 12.2, net legal balance worksheet. 12.3, monthly financial reports. 12.4, business office items. 12.5, payment regular bills. That's it.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second to accept the consent agenda as presented. Is there any discussion?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Facility use building.
Which there's none.
None.
Approval consent.
Okay.
13.1, any acknowledgements?
Hamlet is going on at the high school tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday matinee. There are tickets on sale, so please go and support our high school not really musical,
Musical.
high school theater
Production.
as Hamlet.
I just want to say I've enjoyed all of the superintendent board member luncheons. We have one more to go, and looking forward to it.
And I just want to say to just acknowledge all of you all. We have our own items that we work on, sometimes individually and collectively, but it's all for the children of the North Little Rock School District. And I feel so bad, but Dr. Paluski, thanks for bringing it back to my attention. Yes, definitely want to thank Miles Adams of the Seattle Seahawks. Came to North Little Rock and spoke to the football team and imparted some great wisdom. He's a graduate of Rice University and went into the NFL with his degree.
That's awesome. Love that.
Matt,
You guessed.
Well, I recently got this from Coach Wes Ballon, our Director of Student Athlete Development, and I would like to acknowledge this evening the North Little Rock Middle School track team, which has finished 3rd place at the Maumelle Stingers Relays. The North Little Rock 9th grade track team finished 4th at the Maumelle Stinger Relays. The North Little Rock JV boys soccer team is 3-0. The North Little Rock varsity boys soccer team is 4-1. The North Little Rock varsity girls soccer is 6-0. The North Little Rock varsity softball team is 15-0. The North Little Rock varsity baseball team is 11-3. And the North Little Rock JV baseball team is 10-6. Not bad.
Wow.
Awesome.
So shout out to all of our student athletes
Yes.
and our coaches for a great spring season.
And maybe some of those students will be in that new indoor athletic center.
Let's get the word out.
That's right.
Let's get the word out.
Okay. All right. And
Madam
we
Chair?
have no public comments tonight, so.
That's right.
That what?
Nothing, go ahead.
No,
I forgot about that part.
we don't have anything. I want to thank everybody for staying in the district and parents for supporting this district.
Yes.
We appreciate that, and we certainly appreciate recognizing all the students in our district tonight for different activities that
Yes.
they're involved in.
Amen.
And commend the high school and COE for that par excellent
Presentation together. Agreed?
I'm just too excited that Mr. Beardsley found a way that we will be able to have $30 million, if the millage passes, to renovate Old Main.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
I know
a
this
long time.
community has been waiting for this moment, so I hope they will get out and support this millage. And of course, I'm excited about middle school and athletic center too. But I know everybody in North Little Rock has been waiting for this moment for
Yes.
Old Main.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Well, I know it's. I know we're going to end here at 8:30, but I do want to say this to Ms. McLean's point. If you remember our last board meeting, and I thought you said it the best, that this has been a 2-year process for us to get here, and I like how you said it best. Is it took us a long way to get here, but I think we all like how we got here to where we are. We've listened to the public, but we're meeting a lot of needs in the district for, I think, something all of our constituents. There's something here for all of our constituents to get behind.
Yes, yes.
Agreed.
Well, on that note, Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Roll Tide.
Okay, all in favor? We're adjourned.
They're going to be on TV.